Tapped in, tuned in, turned all the way on. This ain't just a vibe, it's a freak scene bomb. Ms.Blue in the building, oracle flow, cracking codes of the cosmos. Now you already know. Yeah. Ride the wave, feel the light. It's frequency love tonight. Ms.Blue gon' take you higher, burning truth with sacred fire. This is soul talk, rebirth from the womb. Say it with me, I can alter my course at any time. Yeah. Tap in, turn on. Yo, your higher self already logged in.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Happy Friday. I want to make sure you all can hear me okay. I want to welcome you all in. Welcome in. Higher Insight. Oh my goodness. Wow. You are not going to believe, as they say, you're not going to believe what had happened was. But I'm so glad I was able to find my way over here. So how are you all feeling? How are you doing? Let me know what part of the world you're tuning in from. You know, like what state you are tuning in from, what country you are tuning in from, or even what continent are you tuning in from? Yeah. Welcome on in, everybody. We're going to get started here in just a moment, but I want us to just kind of do a check-in because I have something, and I'll tell you all why it's taken me a little bit of time to get here, because I got this instant download that had been nudging me, quite frankly, for quite a while. But I want to welcome you all in. I see Alana is in the building. Welcome on in. Dallas, Texas is in the building. Welcome on in, you guys. Yeah, let me know if this is your very first time as well tuning in. I am Ms.Blue, the Soulful Oracle, but you'll hear a little bit more about me a little later. We got Charlottesville, Virginia tuning in. Let's go ahead. This is what I want us to do. I want us to take this moment. For one, I want us to just kind of bring ourselves into this energy, kind of ground here just a little bit. Little Rock, Arkansas is in the building. We got London in the house. Seattle, Washington is in the building. Welcome on in, as well as Florida. And I know some parts of the country, some parts of the world is dealing with this weather, which we're going to talk about. Because really, that shift that we've been talking about, the shift is here. But here's the truth. We're going to be going through so many shifts. It's so much shift happening on the planet right now that we have definitely got to talk about it. That's what I wanted to come on to talk about and welcome you all in. Yeah, welcome on in. We got Montgomery, Alabama in the building. Maryland is here. So I want you guys to send the pings out, send the invites out, because I have a real special treat for us. But I don't want to be one of those people that say we want to wait for people to get in here. But I kind of want to say, get in here. Don't walk, but run. So let everybody know Canada is in the building. Welcome on in, Canada. You guys are getting a little bit of that rocky weather that's going on over there. Buffalo, New York, in the building. Maryland is here. Seatown is in the building. Oh my goodness, where is Seatown? But welcome on in. Yeah, let's get those likes up, you guys, so we can let the Soul family know that we are here. Because listen, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get this thing rolling. so we can do what we need to do. But let me know in the Blue Room. Welcome to all the visionaries in the house. Happy Born Day to everybody celebrating a born day during this particular month, and to all the Leos in the building, right? Just want to send that big shout out. We got the Dominican Republic in the house, sending you guys so much love and love to you as well. Let's see. Houston is in the building. Mississippi, Daytona, Florida. Trammell is in the building. Good to see you. Wow. We miss Bobby Hemmett and Brother Panic. Yes. But we have come a long way. Their fight is far from over. Glad to be in your space. Yes. Yes. Glad to have you here. Ashe to Brother Panic. And we're going to send love to Brother Bobby. And yeah, we're in here. We're in here. Yeah, we're in here for sure. For sure. Yes. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Welcome on in, Atlanta in the building. We got Douglasville, Georgia in the building. Welcome on in. Welcome in. Yeah. Okay. Let's get those likes up, you guys. We want to let the Soul family know. Go ahead and ping and share the live so we can let people know. By the way, I want to say thank you to you guys for showing the last live so much love. We got the Leo gang in the building. Shouts out to the Leos. Now, we're going to hear our song so we can start getting into this channel that I have. It's going to be some things that we've been talking about, but we're going to really get into the shift. All right? And we're going to get in 3D, 4D, 5D. We're going to talk about the false matrix. And y'all know how I love to talk about the false matrix. We're going to talk about fear. We're going to talk about what's happening with your DNA right now, because I'm sure you're feeling it. And oh my goodness, of course, we're going to talk about that higher self. Yes, someone just pinged me and I'm sending so much love. 7.7 mega earthquake, Indonesia, sending them love. Listen, the prediction show is there, and I'm going to talk about that as well. If I've never wanted to be wrong in my life, it's about these kinds of things. And California had their earthquake, but that was only the test. You know, going forward, we're going to start seeing earthquakes around 7. That's going to be the norm. So a lot of things are changing. That's going to be the norm, unfortunately. Yeah. But we have some good news, some good things coming. Yeah. So here we go. We're going to listen to the theme song. Then we're going to come back and we're going to dive in. Let's get those likes up. Invite a couple of friends. Tell them they're going to want to come over for this. I have a very special gift for you guys. Just for the love. I want to give a big shout out if you are new or if you're newly returning. As I like to say, if you're from the past and you're returning to the present, we want to greet you with higher insight and welcome. Or if you came from the future and you return to the time such as now, I want to welcome you on in. So yeah, let's listen to this. Here we go. Because it's all about frequency.
If you really want it, you gotta be it. As Ms.Blue has shared with the world, it's all about frequency. If you feel it, show it. If you want it, grow it. If you believe it, know it. It's all about frequency. If you dream it, live it. Live it. If you receive it, give it. Oh. scar became a teacher. Every fall just brought me here. Now I'm rising with the healing. Every light inside of me, not becoming what I'm chasing. I am the frequency. You feel it, show it, show it. If you want it, grow it, grow. If you leave it, know it, know. All about frequency. Ask the question, how is this possible? The answer subtle, synchronicities audible. Keys unlocking, belief expanding. Frame by frame, new life commanding. No chase, no match, I embody the key. The light I own unlocks destiny. Raise my vibration, reality shifts. Every dream I desire already exists. Nothing's coming to me, no, no. Already here. When I raise my vibration, the vision is clear. Vision is clear. If you want it, grow it, grow. If you leave it, know it, believe it. It's all about frequency. If you dream it, live it, give it. If you receive it, give it. No, nothing's missing. I'm it. It's all about frequency.
Da-da-da, da-da, da-da-da, da-da, da-da-da, da-da, da-da-da, da-da, da-da-da. Da-da, Oh my goodness. There is 111. Yeah. Yeah. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Oh no, not today. We don't have time for this today. Yeah, we don't have time. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Woo! Oh my goodness. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wow. Welcome on in to everyone. We are going to get ready to get started, but I want to tell you guys, I want to give you a download that I have, which we're going to be talking about downloads this whole time. If you're new here, this is your very first time tuning in, please let me know inside of the Blue Room. And I want to say welcome to all the visionaries in the building. Yeah, all the visionaries in the building. I want to greet you and welcome you on in. Okay, welcome. And if you want to know, I call all of my subscribers visionaries. And you can become a visionary too. You just need to subscribe and come on over and get in. Now, I'm going to tell you, as always, I want you to grab you a piece of paper or something to write with, because you're going to be getting some channels, some downloads here, right? Whenever we come together in this space, things open up inside of this frequency, inside of this vibration with all of us here together. Yeah. I see that 111 in the chat. Let's get the likes up. I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to share something with you guys. And I want to talk about it. You know that a big part of my work is about expansion. And quite frankly, I don't think we're on a spiritual journey. We're on a journey of expansion. And so that's what I'm going to be sharing with you all tonight. And so I want you all to just I want you to get yourself in a position where you can hear me clearly. If you have headsets, I want you to put your headsets on. No, you don't see me yet, because this next one, I'm going to be over here doing my big one, right? I'm going to be doing my big one. So since I'm going to be doing my big one, I'm not going to come on camera. until it's done. I'm going to put myself on mute and we're going to get into this. I want you all to take this in because the shift has happened yet again. We have just signed up for a time to be on the planet and growing up where everything is changing and shifting and we're getting them back to back to back to back. But we have just stepped into uncharted territory. And I know you can feel it. I know you can feel the shift. So I want you to catch this frequency, right? I want you to ride these waves. And then we're going to get back into the share. So here we go. Y'all ready? Let me know what you think.
There comes a moment when who you've been can no longer hold who you've become. You don't need another sign. You don't need another permission. You don't need to know every step. You only need enough courage to honor what you already know. Yeah. Hey. Something in me shifted before the world could see. I stopped asking for permission to become what's calling me. All the walls I thought surrounding me were stories in my mind there. Every time I chose beyond the fear, I left another one behind. I don't need the road to promise me exactly where it ends. I have walked with my higher self long enough to trust again. What is called doesn't need explaining. What is mine can recognize me. I stopped asking life to prove itself and change my frequency. I can feel it, I can feel it. Something opening inside. I can feel it. No more places left to hide. I don't need to chase tomorrow. I am present, I am free. The life that I am calling in is responding back to me. I remember who I am, higher from the inside. I'm becoming all I can. No more fear between me and the life I came to live. Everything is opening when I open up within. Expansion, I remember me. Expansion, I remember me. Expansion, I remember me. It's all about frequency. Higher within me, power within me, knowing within me. It's all about frequency. It's all about frequency. I can stand inside the mystery without needing to control. I don't have to know tomorrow when today I know my soul. I can bless a door that's closing without begging it to stay. Some endings aren't rejection, they're expansion making way. I don't chase what has released me. I don't shrink to make it fit. If I've outgrown the old vibration, I can lovingly honor it. I can love who I have been without becoming her again. There's another world available every time I choose within. Feel it, I can feel it. Something opening inside. I can feel it, I can feel it. Like I've come back home tonight. I don't need the world to tell me who I'm finally free to be. I changed what I was available for and changed my frequency. I remember who I am, higher from the inside. I'm becoming all I can. No more fear between me and the life I came to live. Everything is opening when I open up within. I remember me. Expansion, I remember me. Expansion, I remember me. It's all about frequency. I used to think higher meant somewhere else. Another dimension, another place, another version of me. But higher was never somewhere I had to go.
Higher was deeper.
Deeper into truth, deeper into love, deeper into knowing,
Deeper into me.
I didn't have to escape the world. I had to stop letting fear create mine.
Fear can speak, but fear cannot choose. The mind can question, but the mind does not rule. I can feel it
Without becoming it,
I can see it
without believing it,
I can hear the fear
and still choose me. When fear was leading,
I gave my power away.
when I started waking up,
I could see another way.
and now
I choose,
say it again,
I choose,
again,
I choose,
again.
I choose.
I remember
Who I am
higher, higher.
from the inside.
Becoming
all I can.
no more fear between me and the life I came to live. Everything is opening when I open up within. I am standing in my power.
I am present.
I am present in this hour. What is mine can recognize me. I don't have to chase a thing. I became the frequency of everything I came to be.
I came to be.
Hey,
I came
it's all about frequency.
I came to be.
I remember me. It's all about frequency. It's all about frequency. It's all about frequency. Remember me. I remember me. I don't chase it, I become it. I don't wait for it, I align with it. I don't ask permission, I choose it. And every time I choose beyond fear, I expand.
Oh my goodness. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that one. Yeah. So that's what took me a while to come on, is because I needed to get that one finished. I have been working on that for a while. Oh my goodness. You said this is on my wake up playlist from now on. Also, it's going on my wake up. Yes, listen. I just finished that tonight. I finished it tonight because I have been working on it for quite a while. And I'm glad that it spoke to you guys' heart like it spoke to mine. I just knew I needed to get it out and to have it there. So I'm glad you guys loved it. And yeah, it's called Expand. That's right. It's fire. Woo! Listen. I know I got my headset on. Only because I told y'all I wasn't coming on camera. Not when that song was on, because I'd have been all over the place. Y'all have seen me dancing all around this room here. But I hope that touched you in your heart in the right place. I want to say welcome again to everybody coming on in. Let's get ready to get into the share. It is Friday. I trust that you are doing well. You have something to write with. You have something, to snack on a little bit. Priestess Donna Lee said, oh, snap. Yeah, I kind of been snapping a little bit this whole week. I don't know about all of you, but yeah, a powerful anthem. Yes, Brittany, for the visionary collectives. Absolutely. But that's really the vibe that I've been in, is really this expansion energy. And that's what I want to talk about. We know, it kind of takes me back to like 2022, 2020, self-invested, if you know, in those classes when we talked about the shift. And so preparing for the shift, that was coming, preparing for the shift that was here. Thank you for the super chat. Y'all don't mind me keeping my headset on, do y'all? It's one of those nights because we're going to be hearing some frequency tonight, and we're going to be talking about some powerful frequency here tonight. So, you just going to have to, you're going to have to work with me right now. Welcome on in, and also let me know if you're new here, if this is your first time tuning in. And I want to say thank you to you guys for the super chat as well. Thank you all for so much love that you shared on the last live and all the lives. I want to say the last couple of lives because you guys have really, really been going in. There is a couple of things that I do need to bring front and center. Many of you have been emailing about the workshop, the 8-8 workshop. And I want you guys to know that we are working on putting the finishing touches. Jennifer was the priestess hostess for us of the evening there, and helping me bring that amazing, once in a lifetime event together. So you all will be getting an email from us. Trust me, we have your email to date right now. More than 500 of you participated in that. And so you're going to know who won the gifts, how to contact the visionary creators, how to contact them, how to collect on your prize. And the good thing is, it was such a powerful event that every single person who participated is a winner, right? You're going to receive a gift. You will receive a gift. In fact, correct me if I'm wrong, you're going to receive a gift from myself, and you're also going to receive a gift from the sister D-Ray and the brother Dream. They have a gift that they're giving as well to everybody, and myself as well. And then the other creators, listen, they took some of their cream of the crop. Okay. I'm talking about their top tier programs and things that they're offering to people. And they have selected quite a few who are going to be receiving gifts. So everyone is going to be a winner. And again, I want to say thank you to everybody. Y'all, let's keep pinging the live out. Let's also, let's get those likes up. Yeah, let's go get those likes up. So let's get into it. Now that we know, my goodness, the shift is here. The other announcement I want to make to you all is that I want to say thank you to everybody who's been sending me things that are happening around the world that were a part of the prediction shows of 2025 and 2026, right? I want to say thank you. I have been trying to keep up and tagging them. You guys have been reposting it and tagging me so much that I have media outlets that want to speak to your girl about some of these predictions. And I say, it's about time. It's about time, right? It's about time. So, I want to say thank you for that. And I'm trying to repost as much as I can, but we're going to get into that a little bit because I told you guys as we moved into this month, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, I have 2 prediction shows for 2026. I would say listen to them all because some of them are relevant still in this time, but definitely the 2026 prediction show part 1 and August and beyond prediction show for 2026. We are moving in a time. See, I want to go back. Can we go back for just a moment? I want to go back because remember when I told you guys, and I know some of you kind of was like side-eyed. Like, what Ms.Blue talking about? Some of y'all know because y'all felt it too. I told you guys, you're going to be eating the less you have ever eaten in all of your life. Did I lie? Did I lie? Let's just talk about it. Did I lie? Look at all of the things that are happening around the planet. Look at all of the things. I would love to go back on Brother Rich's platform over there. Always love being over there. So thank you for that. You guys got to let him know. Let him know. I'd love to come back. Brother Rich is doing some amazing work over there too. Love that platform. Love that brother as well. He's been doing this work for a very, very long time, and helping to bring powerful messages in. So I have been talking about this food change for such a long time. The food change has been going on since before 2020. I've been talking about it. We're in the midst of it. We're in the midst of it. A lot of this is going to look real stinky and nasty, right? With all of these parasites, viruses. What did I tell you guys? All of these things. We are in the season and we're seeing it back to back to back to back to back. We're going to see it some more. But let me tell you what the great news is about that. For some of us, and I'm going to throw myself in there just a little bit because your girl's been doing pretty good. We needed to change our diets anyway. That part. We really needed to change the way we were eating, where we were eating, what we were eating, and have a little bit more discernment when it came to our food and put that in a different category. And it's really making us take a look at this completely different. Yeah. 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 Yes. So true, Lola Falana. So true. So I want you all to know, in a perfect world, I would be over here channeling and getting downloads of just magic, right? But it actually doesn't work that way. And so I'm sharing this with you, not so I can be right, because these are some of the things I don't want to be right. My heart goes out. My love goes out to Colombia. My heart goes out to China. My heart goes out to Venezuela. My heart goes out to absolutely everyone. Indonesia, my heart goes out to all of these places. And I can go on and on from the fires and everything that is going on. But these were things, honestly, that I was seeing. I see a lot of good stuff too. So I throw that in there. And I know you guys absolutely know. And so here's an interesting fact. I see some of you are talking about going to the farmer's market. Well, you're not actually safe there either. Because I just did a recent thing, especially when it comes to buying chicken and produce. And come to find out, a lot of these farmers markets are getting these products from other places that are using artificial meat. Artificial meat. But we're going to get deeper into it, right? We're going to talk about it. We're going to get deeper into that. But I wanted to kind of bring us up to date on a lot of these. The changes in the food. There are laws that are going into place, which is some of the things that I told you guys would be happening. And then also, let's take a moment to pause. Remember, I told you guys I seen a helicopter or airplane lean more towards a helicopter. And there was an influencer who actually was from Colombia. I don't have the article. Someone sent it to me where it was her mother, and her grandmother. And the helicopter went down. And all souls transition. So I send Ashe to them. And then they had another incident. I think this was some sort of military incident that was somewhere in Texas, where the helicopter crashed. I told you guys I kept seeing helicopters. I seen the incident with the boats, the ships going on. This is happening as well. Fire in the background. A lot of these things are happening. From the floods in China. If you go back and you listen to the first 2026 prediction show, yes, she was 17 years old, bless her heart. And you will see I talk about a lot of these things. A lot of these things that are coming up. We're in a transitional time, right? And so we need to stay aware. I don't tell you these things to incite fear. I tell you this so we can have awareness. Awareness is what we need to have. So the shift is here. 3D, 4D, 5D. Make it make sense. We're going to talk about it. The false matrix, we're going to talk about fear. We're going to talk about DNA. And we're also going to be talking about your higher self. So, higher insight to everyone. I want you to get yourself very comfortable. If we have time and it's not too late, I want to do a live Q&A because I don't think we've done one for a minute. But I want you all to know this has been sitting with me for a while. And you've been hearing me use these words for years. 3D, 4D, 5D, the new earth, ascension, the shift, higher consciousness. all of these words, right? And lately I've been thinking about something, you guys. It's tell me how you feel about it. I've been thinking about how easy it is for us to learn all of this spiritual language without really taking time to stop and ask, what does this actually look like in my life? What does it actually look like when we're talking about this? Because I've noticed when I just kind of scan social media, there is sort of this big gap between a lot of these things that we're saying and what's actually happening. So we're going to be talking about what it actually looks like in your life. Because tomorrow morning, you're still going to wake up inside of these avatars, these human bodies. And one thing is for sure, you may still have to go to work. I don't care what's happening on the planet, whether you're in 3D, 4D, 5D, right? Somebody has to buy the groceries. That's a real thing. Somebody has to pay that electric bill, right? You got relationships going on. You got family that you have to take care of. And there are decisions that you have to make. We've got this rapidly changing world around us. The sky is changing. What we know the sky to be, we don't even know. Are there clouds up in the sky? Why are they hanging so low? Like strange fruit. It's almost like when you go outside, you can reach up and you can touch the sky. Right? So, I want you to think about this. If we are moving into another level of consciousness, I want to know what that means. And I want you to be clear about what that means, even when you're standing in the middle of the grocery store. And y'all know how I love HEB. I get some of my best channels when I'm in there. That's our grocery store in Texas. If you know, you know, right? I also want you to understand, what does it mean when your relationships are changing, right? Because our relationships are changing. Someone drop a coin in chat. If you can relate to your relationship is changing. What does it mean when there's another weather event? Because we have some more weather events that are going to be going on in a big way. Okay? So what does it mean when you turn on your phone, right? And there's another food recall, because that's going to keep going. It's going to keep going. But let me tell you the flip side of that. We already had laws that were just passed this month about our food. A lot more things are being exposed. Yes, Hawaii was one of the places on my prediction list, and I got an email from some family members in Hawaii that said, thank you, Ms.Blue, because you told us this in 2025 at the end of the year. In 2026, Hawaii was on that list. And it's a whole lot other places that's on that list, but I don't want us to get into fear. I want us to be aware. Be aware, because there's going to be more food recalls. It's going to change the way we eat in the West, particularly. It's going to come a time that you're going to eat what is localized for you. So think about it. We have spent years and years and years of learning how to grow food that at one time our ancestors and generations before us said, if you live here, you can't grow that. If you live here, you can't. But we've been able to defy the odds. We've been able to grow food in places where it's not supposed to grow. Right? Not supposed to grow. So our food is changing. I'm going to get to that in a minute. So laws are changing. Things are being put into place. And I want you to know Earth itself raised its frequency. I don't even know if we can officially still say 3D. The vibration is different. And this is where a lot of the disturbance is happening with earthquakes and tsunamis and typhoons and volcanoes erupting and wind and fire. The elements seem to be going through it. You know how you say, take me through there? The elements are going through there because the vibration on the planet has changed. Now, science hasn't caught up with that, but I guarantee you, in a couple of months or maybe a couple of years, they're going to acknowledge this time that we're in right now, that the frequency has changed on the planet. So, food recalls. What does it mean when artificial intelligence is changing how people work? I'm going to share something with you guys. It was time for me to go to the doctor today to just get my annual checkup. And me and my doctor was having a discussion. And I was telling him, he was asking me about a supplement I was taking. He was like, well, why do you take that? And so I told him about the supplement, why I take the supplement and da 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 da. And he said, well, where did you hear that from? I said, research. He said, well, hold on a second. He said, because we have now a AI that is for the medical doctors. Let me research that because I'm not familiar with that. I said, oh, y'all got a separate AI? He said, yeah, we got our own AI. I said, okay. He researched it and he said, wow, it does say that it's good for that. Kind of break up protein and different things in the body, keep everything nice, any static energy, that you need to move it along. He didn't know about it. So, artificial intelligence, even though I don't think that is the proper word for it, but I understand why we would come up for a term artificial, but it's not actually artificial. It is information that has been taken and ciphered from the official intelligence, which is actually us. So it's feeding back information that we, as the official intelligence, is putting out. The only problem with that, we have never been able to agree on intelligence in this world. We haven't. What makes it artificial is when you get some information from AI that you don't have your own conscious and awareness of it, and you're taking it as source. So just like I can be wrong, you can be wrong, everyone can be wrong. There's no one on this planet that is always seeing things everybody's way. That's what makes it artificial, because there's no real alchemy that has been done within your own intelligence and your own consciousness. So there are people who have changed how they work. They have changed how they speak. They have changed how they think. And remember what I told you guys. It's going to be a rise, because I know a lot of you out there love working with the third eye. That third eye. It's going to be a lot of people that need help with their third eye in about a year, because it's going to start calcifying again because they're not using it. There is a part of your spirit that sort of activates what's happening in your body. It doesn't happen on its own. It doesn't happen through osmosis. This is why you have a God-given consciousness and a spirit within you, so that you can facilitate how these activations are coming in through your mind, in through your energy systems, in through your expansion. That part is so important. So we're going to also talk about, what does it mean when science discovers another cause? Right? When science starts to discover things that causes us to reconsider something we thought we understood, because those times are coming. Although I beg to differ, I say that science does not supersede consciousness ever. We still have not caught up with what our ancestors knew. Period. We haven't. We have not. Yeah. But we will be challenged about what we thought we knew when we're looking at it through our physical eyes. That's why it's important to have a balanced perspective. So I think it's important that we exercise and work our intelligence, and we expand in that way. But it's also important that we expand on the spiritual aspect throughout our consciousness, which I will call your multisensory abilities. Because if you're not using your multisensory abilities on planet Earth in 2026, it's going to be a rough ride. Matter of fact, I don't even know if you're going to be able to survive. First, I was afraid. I was petrified. I will survive. Yeah, you're going to need your multisensory abilities in order for you to survive. All right? Those are your basic instructions before leaving Earth. Right? That's why so much of what we understand and know the book of the Bible to be, it's all multidimensional. They were channeling, they were using their clairvoyance, they were having visions, they were hearing messages from God, they were seeing things, they were moving beyond their sensory, they had their inner knowing, their cognizant, they just was having thoughts drop into their spirit. Yeah. Yeah, y'all didn't know that. The Bible really teaches you lessons on how you have to get out of your mind and get into the higher self and tap in to your intuitive abilities. All of those stories, all of those books were written based on dreams, based on channels, based on remembrance, based on inner knowing, all channeled from God. They were channels, but we missed the point because we just, I don't know, right? Let's keep going. So We're going to be diving in, and I want you to understand, what does 5D look like on a Tuesday? On a Tuesday night. It's 5 o'clock on Friday. Hey, what does consciousness look like at 5 o'clock on Friday? Because this is what I want to dive deeper in. If you feel me on this, please let me know. Let me know. Give me a like. We got like 300 people tuning in. Hey, y'all. Welcome to the seen and the unseen. Let's get those likes up. If you're receiving anything here that is helping you, y'all run these likes up. That's what I want y'all to do. I want some reciprocity here. Let's get this good exchange of energy. Let's get these likes up. And it really will help your girl out. I'm so grateful for you guys. And again, thank you all. So let's keep going. So here's what I notice is going on. What is happening? What I see a lot. And you all let me know if you see this too. I don't want us to do this. Let me just forget about what I see. This is what I don't want us to do. I don't want us to exchange ordinary vocabulary and just swap it out for spiritual vocabulary. I don't want us to just do wordplay. I don't want us to just take something and swap it out and make it spiritual for wordplay. I don't want us to do that. Because if we're doing that, and I see a lot of that going on, I see a lot of it going on, just swapping this for that, swapping this for that. If we're doing that, we haven't expanded. We haven't expanded. We didn't go anywhere, right? We just learned some new words. And don't get me wrong, I love your words. I love words. But if we're only doing that, we're just kind of playing with words, right? I want you to know, and before we go anywhere, because I know I have new people listening in, I don't teach spirituality. I don't teach that. That's not what I do here. See, spirituality is who we are. That's just who we are. We are spiritual beings. That's it. Point blank, period. Nothing else is required. You are spiritual. Expansion is what we do with the essence of knowing who we are. So I teach expansion. That's what I teach. We're not on a spiritual journey here. We're on a journey of expansion. I know we like to use that word like, oh, I'm on a spiritual journey. Okay, you started that journey way before you got in your mama's womb, before your daddy slid through the back and tapped you on your shoulder. You were already on a spiritual journey. This journey here on earth, in my most aware opinion, is about expansion. You're already spiritual. Everything you do is spiritual, right? So I want y'all to remember that. Spiritual is who we are. Expansion is what we do with the essence of knowing who we are. Yeah. That being said, we're going to go ahead and expand this conversation, right? And so I want to talk about this. I want to talk about the matrix, because this has been a hot word for a long time. And some of you who have been here for years, you already know where I'm getting ready to go with this. But I want to share this with you. When I talk about the false matrix, I'm not talking about a place. I'm not talking about planet Earth. I'm not talking about that. When I'm talking about the matrix, I'm talking about this right here. I'm talking about the mind. This is where the false matrix lives, and this is how we feed the false matrix, through our mind. because the matrix lives in your mind. And let me preference that by the false matrix, because the matrix itself is the womb, is the womb. It's the whole womb. Okay? Now hold on. I know I give the mind, a lot of flack. I give the mind a lot of flack, and I tell you, don't let your mind run around like a damn wild dog, chasing every thought, everything that comes in front of it. You know how somebody got that dog that's not trained, that dog that don't have that kind of love it needs to have. You understand? It's just all over the place. It's jumping all over you. You can't sit on the couch. It's trying to lick you in the face, and they hollering and screaming at the dog and da-da-da-da-da, and doing all of that. And you just thinking, my goodness, can you love your dog? You know, and a dog needs constant reminders. Constant reminders, right? Have you ever watched Caesar? Fun fact, you know, when a dog sees Caesar, they get real shook because they realize, oh no, he used to be a dog. He really knows us. That's how come he can get them to do, and he knows exactly how they think. I think in a past life, he was a Malamute. You know, he was one of them. You know, and I love Caesar. Yeah, a lot of people need to take a lesson from Caesar. The doorbell ring. The dog is yeah, just barking like it's about to go crazy, running around the house. You on the phone. The dog is barking. Anything moved, the dog is just going crazy, just going everywhere crazy. Yeah, that's the mind. The matrix lives in your mind. Now, it doesn't mean that the mind is bad, because the mind is not. The mind is highly capable of intelligence, right? And we need our minds. Oh my goodness, we need our minds. But the problem of what's happening right now is we done ran our minds and humanity into the ground. We have dogged, you know, some of y'all are a little young, but when we were coming up, who remembers this? We'll say, oh, he got dogged out. Oh, she got dogged out. When someone just work you to death, use you, abuse you, you just got dogged. Y'all don't know that term? Some of y'all don't know that term. I'm glad if you don't know that term, but that was a term. It's a reason why that word is there. And if you take dog and you flip the letters around, it spells God, showing you the aspect of a lower energy and a higher one existing together. Think of the mind that way. Caesar is the dog whisperer. He had a show on television for many, many years and still has a show, right? He's still on there. So I don't want you to think that, but we have used our minds so much. One of the leading focuses on the planet is mental health. It's because we are over processing, we are over analyzing, we are overusing, we are giving things to the mind that it was never designed to do. And the minds have simply left the fucking building. The mind says, I'm out. I'm out. You over here trying to figure out whether you're going to stay with this man or leave this man. I'm out. That's not what I signed up for. You trying to figure out what your purpose in life is. I'm out. You're trying to figure out what your next move is. I am out. That's not what I'm here for. But we use our mind. The mind is a genius. if we use it correctly. So if you're doing your taxes, oh yeah, the mind says, I'm all in there. Okay? Yeah. The mind is all in there for that. The mind is there if you're doing your taxes. If somebody sends you a contract, oh yeah, read it. I need you to read it, right? If you're buying a house, yeah. I don't want to hear my intuition says, don't worry about the interest rate. Just sign the paperwork. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I'm going to need you to read it. I'm going to need you to read it. I'm going to need you to read it. Yeah. Yeah. If you're driving down the highway, that is not the time to say, higher self, take the wheel. No, we don't need to do that. We don't need to tell the higher self to take the wheel. No, your higher self wants to get you back to the house. All right? And get you back to the house safe and sound. So I want you to know that there are things in this human experience that require intelligence, that require logic. When you're doing something logical, the mind is a genius. Your intuition will come in like a sweet kiss in the middle of the night, baby. And it'll help you to amplify all of your intel from your intelligence. When you're doing something logical, the problem begins when we make our logical mind responsible for things that logic can't answer. Okay? That's where we fall into the trap. Because your soul may be saying one thing. Your soul is saying, I want to create something. And then you start having one of these R. Kelly moments. But then all of a sudden your mind says, okay, but who's going to buy it? You understand? And you start going back and forth. Your mind is telling you one thing. Your body's telling you something else. All kinds of things is going on. And then all of a sudden, you just give up. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing. You haven't wrote the first page in your book. You haven't recorded your first video. And you haven't made your first product. None of it is getting done. And you're trying to figure out whether 50,000 people are going to like it. This is where the mind is. You done wrapped your mind somewhere it don't need to go. Maybe you've been thinking about leaving your job for over 3 years. And you know how it is. Sunday night, you laying on the couch, you chilling, you strolling, you watching something, and your body starts to talk to you. And your body starts to really talk to you. And the body starts to talk to you. I don't want to go back there. This is what your body is saying. The body is telling you you're unhappy. You're exhausted. You got ideas. There is something else you've always wanted to do. Your body is begging you. And every time, every single time, that little spark comes up and you begin to think, you just start thinking, maybe I could. Here comes the player hater. Here comes that mind. That mind says, wait a minute. Hold up. What you think you finna do? What about that insurance? Are you crazy? What about that insurance? And then your mind starts to remind you, but what if it doesn't work? Because you know last time it didn't work. It just didn't go the way you thought. What about that? And what if you start to make less money? Who gonna pay the bills? Who gonna keep these lights on? Where are you gonna get this food from? And then your mind says, come on now. What if you do this? Everybody gonna think you crazy. They gonna think you done lost your mind. They gonna try to come check on you. The mind will start to run all of these stories. The mind will say, you're 47, you're 58, you're 63, you're 21, you're 19, you're 17, you're 67, you're 89. The mind is going to keep going and going and going and going and going and going. Listen, let's just help you out, okay? We're going to help you out real fast and in a hurry. You know, the big problem is so many people are stuck in fear. Stuck in fear. And it's okay. If you want to be stuck in fear, stay stuck. Stay stuck. You know, Chuck was stuck. You know, back in my day, I have to keep saying that. We used to tell people, you stuck like Chuck. Because see, Chuck couldn't figure out his way out of brown paper bag. He was stuck. Stuck in the past. This is what the mind does. There's a part of the mind that is trying to protect you. And it's stuck in the past. It is using your past to predict your future. And it's keeping you stuck because the mind wants to protect you from everything. Everything that made you flinch, everything that made you second guess, everything that made you pause, everything that you felt. The mind is trying to keep you safe. That's why you don't listen to your mind unless you're doing something logical. All right? The mind will tell you things like you should have did that 20 years ago. The mind will start to show you pictures and say, do you see what happened? When actually, nothing has actually happening. You only had a damn idea. You was sitting on the couch and you had an idea. You was driving in the car and you had an idea. Right? And within 30 seconds, the mind has created 17 images of disaster. I want you to understand that is the matrix right there. That's the matrix. And that's how we feed the matrix. Right now, there is listen, I want you all to know that so many of you have so many beautiful things that are inside of you. And you're staying stuck because of small things. Yeah, because of small things. Scared to be visible. And I don't speak about this from a place of somebody who don't know, because I've been there. I've been there where fear has gripped me. That's one of the reasons what I help people do is to get you out of fear. And also to help you understand about ego, because everything we've been taught about ego, that shit's a lie. And they have benefited off of you trying to destroy what you thought was your ego. We all have been duped and hoodwinked and bamboozled. Yeah. What we've been taught about ego is not real. Not real. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Yeah. Yeah. I'm telling you, it's time for you to get over yourself and to become visible, right? In your world, in your life, whatever that means for you, whatever you're hiding, whatever you're afraid of, whatever you're trying to hold yourself back from, it's time to get over that. It's time for that thing that you want to do. You begin to start taking steps towards that to do it and not let your mind, the false matrix, talk you out of it. Somebody type in chat in the blue room, where there's a will, there is a way. Where there is a will, there is a way. Where there is a will, there is a way. So, I want y'all to understand when Ms.Blue talks about the matrix, that's what I'm talking about, that false matrix in your mind. So maybe you're in a relationship and maybe something has changed, right? Nobody has to tell you. If you're in a relationship with somebody, I don't care if it's a friendship, I don't care if it's a work relationship, I don't care if it's an intimate relationship, when something changed, nobody has to tell you. You can feel it, right? You've had the conversations and you had it again and again and again. But then you keep asking, should I stay? Should I go? Is this my person? Is this my person? Are they going to change? Oh, I know they're going to change one day. They're going to change. And I want you to understand, I'm not making fun, but I am. Ego looks very different. Sometimes ego can come across very arrogant, very confident, right? Ego can come across very scary, right? It can shape shift itself, but behind it all, when you think of ego, just put equals fear. I don't care what aspect of the ego is coming out. It is fear behind it. That is the driving force of it. By the way, it's a very elitist mentality to think a person should change to be in a relationship with you. That's how you know that's all ego. Why do I need to change to be in relationship with you? And you shouldn't have to change to be in relationship with me. Like, think about how crazy that is. I just really want them to change. That's insane. That we literally want people to change to make us feel good. Right? And sometimes there is a deeper question, and that deeper question isn't whether you know. The deeper question is, are you willing to accept what you already know? That's the real deeper question. Are you willing to accept what you already know? That's the difference. Because sometimes we say we don't know what to do, but that ain't the real, right? What that actually means is I know what I want to do, but I'm afraid of what's going to happen if I do it. You know, back in the day, my daddy would say, you know, when he would be having conversations, and particularly with my brother, he would even say it to us. And he would say, oh, you know what to do. It's whether or not you got the intestinal fortitude to do it. So it's easy. Someone says, but I mean change for the better. Relationships change us regardless. So here's a growth point. And I love that question, but here's a growth point for you. We are moving into the time of sovereignty, where we don't need to be triggered, traumatized, abused, or neglected by relationships to grow. I don't know about you, but I don't need that to grow. I don't need somebody to come in my life and traum my ass for me to grow. I don't need that. There is another way. Self-love is the new shadow work. I can be in a healthy, loving relationship, and I can consciously, through the healthiness of that relationship, see where I need to grow. I don't need trauma to help me grow. And quiet as it's kept, I ain't gonna say quiet on a creek, but quiet as it's kept, many of us are growing. Oh, we're growing, but we got to backtrack. It's almost like taking 2 steps forward and 12 steps back. We become so traumatized by these friendships, these relationships, these group shits, that the growth that we done made in those relationships, it take us 4 or 5 years to even get back on track from the damn trauma. And we're growing out of that. So that is a way. And you're right. Relationships do help us grow. But that ain't the only way no more. See, this is what expansion is about. You know, we used to grow up and there was a time on planet Earth. There was a time on planet Earth where the only way you grew was through pain, through suffering. You understand? Through pain and through suffering. That was the only way to grow. And we knew that because we heard all of our lives, and some of you still live by this. No pain, no gain. Oh, you ain't got no pain. It ain't no gain. But there's another path that has opened up because we are expanding our consciousness and awareness on the planet. And you can grow now. Whoever gave me that thumbs down, I feel you. But you can grow without all of that. You can grow without all of the pain and the trauma. You can do that. That is a real thing. That's a real thing. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. So now we're getting somewhere. I love these questions because it really shows me that y'all are serious about you, right? Now, we got to go somewhere else with this because we're getting somewhere. I want you to understand that fear can sound very intelligent. So don't be fooled. My fear is so damn intelligent. There was a time that my fear was so intelligent, I was scared not to listen to my fear. You understand? Somebody said my partner is about to be single because he don't want to choose self-love. There you go. That's right. But I think we can flip that story around. You're about to be single because you choose self-love. See, it's not about the other person. It ain't. It's about what we gonna do. It's not about a punishment to someone else for not doing what they don't need to do. We have to be aware of what we're going to do. We have to be aware of what we're going to do. I have a question because I've seen this a lot. What does that mean? Unk alert. What that mean? Y'all tell me. I know we got a lot of Gen Z up in here. Tell me what that mean. What that mean, unk alert? What does that mean? Tell me what that mean. What does that mean? I'm curious. And I don't want to use my higher insight. I want you to tell me your definition of a unk alert. I want to know. But think about it. All right. So fear doesn't always walk into the room screaming and yelling. It doesn't come out like I'm afraid. Sometimes fear can be very sophisticated. Fear can put on glasses. It can grab a clipboard. It can pull up a spreadsheet, right? Fear can even look you in the face and say, you know what? I'm just being realistic, right? Fear can do that. Fear can say, no, Ms.Blue. This isn't fear. I'm being realistic. That could be fear. Unk is a older person, means an older person has arrived. Oh, it mirrors an elder. Okay, so when someone come in the room and they say Unc, they're the older person. Okay, welcome, Unc. I love it. I'm here for it all. So I want you all to know that right there. Okay? Fear can be realistic, but it can be scared as hell. Sometimes this part, I need to think about it. You know, I found that there was a time when I used to go, oh, well, let me think about it. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes we do need to really, from our higher minds, think about things. But a lot of times that I need to think about it, that was fear. That was just being scared, right? That was being really scared, right? Sometimes we'll say, oh, you know what? The timing just isn't right. Yeah, that's a real thing. Or, yeah, that was fear. That's fear. Just scared of what can happen. Sometimes even when we're sitting there and we're thinking to ourselves, one more certification, just one more, maybe, right? Just need one more class, one more study, one more year, one more thing, one more anything. Yeah. Maybe you already have 4 certificates. And what you actually need is not a certificate. Your ass need some clients. That's what you need. You don't need more certificates. You don't, right? Sometimes when we say, I just need one more sign, one more. I just need one more sign, and I'm going to know the answer is yes. How many signs do you need? I mean, you done seen 11:11. You done seen the bird fly over the car. You done heard the song to come on the radio, right? Your grandmother done showed up in your dreams. You done pulled 3 tarot cards and an oracle deck to go with it. You done went to 2 psychics. You done asked your bestie. You done Googled it. You done been from AI to, what's that other one? To Claude. You done been to ChatGPT. You done been on Google. You done did all of that. You done strolled through the gram. You done been on YouTube and watched 2 videos. At some point, what are you saying? What actually are you saying? Now, I know I'm not talking about any of you guys here. I ain't talking about y'all, but y'all know who we talk about, right? Y'all know who I'm talking about. And this is why fear is so important. Listen at me when it comes to this 3D to 5D conversation. So the question isn't, do you experience fear? That's not the question. That ain't the question. You're a spiritual being having a spiritual and human experience. Oh, we cooking with grease tonight. We cooking with grease tonight. We cooking with grease tonight. We know we cooking with grease. Bring them out, because they coming out. They coming out. One thing about it, 2 things for sure. I tell everyone that we should go places we feel comfortable. And I know the internet is going to be the internet. But I also know when you come up in here with this frequency and you really ain't about this frequency, it's going to trigger the shit out of you. Okay? It's going to make you act up and act out. It is. Or you going to learn today. You either going to raise your frequency or you going to get out. Or you're going to get out. Okay? Or you going to get out. One of the two is going to happen. Okay? Because we got heavy hitters in here and they at the door. All right, let's keep going. So I want you to know this 3D to 5D conversation, right? The question is not about, do you experience fear? Of course, of course. Fear even has a purpose, but you can't live in fear. And so the real question is not, do you have fear, but does fear have authority in your life? Because that's a totally different discussion. Okay? Totally different discussion. Let's put this into the world we're actually living in. And I want us to begin to start looking at what's happening, everything that's happening around us. Like we talked about, our food system is changing. We know that the world we once were in is falling down. Because these systems, many of them are outdated. They are old and antiquated. And they were built on a foundation of solid fear. So they're crumbling from our school systems, from our food system, from our religious system, from our education system. I think I said that already. From our healthcare system. All of these systems, from our transportation system. All of the systems, from our relationships, from our connection, from all of that, it's crumbling. It's changing. We're seeing recalls, concerns around contamination and supplies, weather, extreme events that are happening. Technology, baby, is moving so fast, you can't keep up. As we're sitting here right now, within the next 48 hours, we're going to get another upgrade. Can I upgrade ya? We are getting so many upgrades. You're going to get online tomorrow. You're going to open your phone. You're going to go somewhere. You're going to hear the conversation and you're going to hear about a massive change. That is how fast technology is moving. AI is changing the industry. It is changing the way we are moving, the way that we are evolving here. Science. I told you guys there's going to be some more great discoveries coming out of Alaska, great discoveries coming out of Antarctica, great discoveries coming on the continent of America. It's going to be great discoveries that are happening all over the planet. Egypt, the Middle East, great discoveries. Ireland, great discoveries coming out. The way we communicate has changed. That has already changed. We communicate. The way we date has changed. The way people work has changed. All of this is changing. The song, look at me, I am changing. Y'all remember that? I'm changing. The world is changing. The way we consume information has drastically changed. The way the younger generation thinks about what a career is, that's almost a outdated word. Career? Marriage, money, identity, success, all of these things are changing. It is changing for all of us. We are carrying around devices in our hands that is delivering more information to us before we even break our fast in the morning, right? than many people on the planet in the past has even encountered in their whole lifetime. You are getting information in a click that took some people their whole lifetime. I want you to just think about that. We have cracked the glass ceiling on possibilities on the planet. Anything is possible. Anything is possible, right? Think about that. You can wake up perfectly fine, reach over, pick up your phone. You could do all of that before you brush your teeth. Find out there's a hurricane happening. There's a recall going on. There is some sort of war event happening. Some celebrity has died. The economy predictions that are there. There is some political fight happening. All of these things as soon as you wake up. But I want you to remember the greatest technology on the planet that still supersedes anything. I don't care about the supercomputers and what they got and what they got and what they got and what they got and what they got. This technology in here supersedes all of it. Supersedes. I'll bet that on my life. I want to say big shouts out to the brother Raw Black Storm in the building. Thank you so much for the super chat. Good to see you, my brother. And of course, you guys who was at the 8/8 Lionsgate activation. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. That's right. Thank you for that. Thank you, sis. Y'all, let's get these likes up. Okay? Let's get these likes up. Don't forget that great technology that's in here, right? We know all of this is going on. And we're hearing this more and more and more. AI is going to eliminate everyone's job. But I want you to think about that for a moment. Just think about it. I have faith in us here on the planet. I don't think it's going to eliminate everybody's job. Is it going to take some jobs? Yeah. It's going to take quite a few. But is it going to eliminate everybody's job? Absolutely not. Nope. I have faith in us. I have faith in us. Notice I said us. I got faith in us. It's not going to eliminate everybody's job. But quiet as it's kept, we got bigger jobs. We got bigger jobs, right? Let's take job out the equation. We got bigger purposes on the planet. We don't need to always be standing at the counter going, deep, ma'am. Your total is going to be $13.49. Deep. I guarantee you, a lot of people are being activated at this time. And it's not always fun. It's not always fun when we're being activated because there's a large number of people who have lost their jobs. That's not fun. And I'm not making light of that. But I guarantee you that is when we talk about and you hear spiritual teachers speaking about the Great Awakening. It's not some pretty Chanel package with a damn bow and a flower on it that you simply sit down in the comforts of your home and cross your leg and sip on your tea and breathe deeply and unwrap and then all of a sudden go, voila, I'm awake. That's not how it's going to happen for most of us. Most of us are not going to come into our next phase of awakening that way. We're not going to be somewhere saying it was all a dream. No, we're not going to be singing Biggie's song, right? But I have faith in us. I'm going to keep saying that throughout this share. I have faith in us. And a lot of us have soul agreements that say, if I have not waken up to my highest and greatest consciousness, by this appointed time in my blueprint, do whatever it takes so I can know who the fuck I am. I can understand my power and my purpose that God, the universe, that source, that the Most High had installed upon me, that I had agreed to be and to bring into this lifetime. That's facts. Okay? That's facts. So, jobs are going to be lost. And we're going to get waves and waves of job loss. But I want us to remember this. There is something about the spirit when it is embodied into physical form that can do something that I don't even think I can fully articulate at this moment. Because the truth is, your spirit is not in your body. Your body is connected to your spirit. There is a power that gets unlocked when we come home to ourselves. And a lot of times these are the activations. These are the great awakening that our ancestors spoke about, knew was coming and happening. And so suddenly you have that person who has lost their job and facing adversity and wondering what they're going to do next. And when they surrender back to themselves and connect with their higher self, all of a sudden, the awakening happens and they realize that they have a divine purpose here, and they start to put their human self aside, and they don't really care about what their friends are going to say and what people are going to think. They begin to start to focus on themselves and the power that they know that they have within themselves, and they begin to take one step forward and another step forward. Transformation begins to happen, and they begin to create a world that they never knew was possible. I don't tell you that as a metaphor. I tell you that because I live that. And many of you have lived that as well. Many of you have lived that as well. And there are so many people right now on the planet that's in that space. And suddenly, where they thought there was no solution, they are coming up with solutions. Solutions. You hear it all the time. My solution was I had worked in corporate and my son had to spend a lot of time by himself. I didn't want another one of my children to have to do that. So at a time when working from home was not a thing, I desperately put that out there. And that became a part of my world. And a part of that world allowed me to sit with myself long enough. See, that's what C19 did. It allowed us to come home to ourselves. I've been saying it since then. And sitting with yourself, you discover your greatness. Because it's hard to find your greatness sometimes when you're so intertwined and intermixed with everything and everyone else. You can't find what is unique to you. So sitting in silence is an act of power. It's a spiritual, internal ritual of yourself. Right? Yeah. There is someone right now that is saying the planet is ascending. And someone else is saying that Mercury is doing something to you. And you ain't even drank no water yet. This is the world we're living in. Your nervous system has already been around the world and Your nervous system, by the time you get out of bed, has already been around the world about 5 times. 5 times, right? 5 times. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times, right? I'm telling you all of this because consciousness matters. Because access to more information doesn't automatically create more wisdom. It doesn't. Just because we have access to this information, it doesn't create more wisdom. Sometimes what it's actually doing, and I can see this, is creating more fear. More fear. And right now, there are 2 dangerous people on the planet. This is going to be a test for those of you who want to participate and who know, because I've said this for many, many years. The 2 most dangerous people on the planet is the scientists and the creators. Period. Those are the 2 most dangerous people on the planet. Everybody want to be a creator. Why you think that word is so popular? But listen, that's also where the next focus is going to be. It's going to be on visibility. So for all of you who are scared to be visible, I strongly suggest, that you get your ass and be seen. Somewhere you allow yourself to be seen. Seen. You allow yourself to be seen, okay? Because within a year, every time you turn around, what did I tell you guys? Terms of agreements are changing. And soon you're not going to be able to copyright information anymore. Because we have a way, we have our AI system, and every word that is coming out of my mouth is going into its system, and anyone can access it at any given moment. Not any given Sunday, any given moment. The only thing you're going to be able to copyright is your face, your body, your sound, your frequency. That's it. Your likeness, your voice. That's it. Now that's one to grow on, because that's where we're moving. So when I tell you, as someone who wasn't seen for more than 13, 14 years, I'm telling you, you better get on your good foot. It's some of you right now that wants to start a YouTube channel, but you're too scared. And I get it. But I'm telling you, as of February of 2027, I was talking about this on a live on TT. YouTube has changed its code. Changed it. And guess what? It's going to be hard to get monetized. It's going to be hard to get in. So you want to make sure you get in. They're already, thank you for that, Princess Fula. Claude is already, and all AI systems are watermarking. They're watermarking everything. But the gag is, they're watermarking your words and claiming it as their own. But I don't want you to be afraid of that. I don't want you to be afraid of that. Right? Don't be afraid of it. Because it's happening. These devices, they're not just listening devices. They are recording devices. That's it. That's it. Yeah. They've taken all of our intellectual property. But here's what I want you to understand. This is a collective movement. It's collective. Meaning, when we came to the planet, just like we agreed we needed air, we agreed to a lot of this, but it's not written in stone. But they want you to think that they have all the power, whoever they is. I don't like to do the they story, but y'all understand for the purpose of this conversation who they are. They want you to feel like you have no other choice but to run for the hills and the mountains. That's what they want you to think. They want you to think the only way you can survive this is to go off grid, check out of society, check out, because then we don't have to worry about your frequency. We don't have to worry about your intelligence, and we don't have to worry about what you think. We don't have to worry about you. You can go somewhere far off. And there will be many people who choose to go off grid completely. Because if you hear, I don't care how you playing with yourself, you ain't off grid. I don't care what you call yourself. I don't care what picture you put up. You are not off grid. Now, there will be people who go off grid, but here's what I'm going to tell you. Eventually, what's going to happen is we will merge the worlds. It doesn't take everybody on the planet to wake up because there's nothing wrong with Earth. Earth is doing what Earth is supposed to do. This dimension is doing what it's supposed to do. The rise here is for you to realize who you are and for you to be able to bring heaven down to earth. Now, what I see happening is a lot of people checking out mentally, physically, spiritually. They're checking out. They're checking out. They're saying, I don't want a part of none of this. And they get to do that. That's their soul choice. But see, what makes it real tricky is because we're no longer under soul contracts. Soul contracts went out in the 2000s. I remember when me and Brother Bobby Hemmett did the show. Soul contracts went out in 2000s. That's why it seems like the family structure, all kinds of things are falling apart because people were really at that point had enough consciousness to choose their own free will. Some of you are in no contact with your family. Some of you, your family got no contact with you. That's because the soul contracts were gone. If we fast forward and go back 30, 40 years, you wasn't able to do that. Everybody stayed together no matter what it was. Blood was thicker than water. It doesn't matter if you got a sibling, a family member, a mother, a father that hates you, that is traumatizing you. You couldn't go nowhere, nor did you want to. You just lived and called it your life, and you didn't do anything about it. Why do you think it's so easy you are able to walk away from a job? You're able to walk away from the way people live in society. You are able to walk away from friendships. You're able to walk away from the country you were born in. You're able to walk away from what your understanding of religion and spirituality is. You're able to walk away from these things so easy. Go back 2-3 generations and ask. Ask your grandmother, ask your great aunt. Think about them. It wasn't easy for them to walk away because they were still under soul contracts. Soul contracts are up. That's why people seem like they're wilding out. But really, it's for you to get the awareness so you can use that as power, not as a weakness. So if you're still in contact with your family, that's your free will. That's because you love them and they love you, right? If you still doing in that relationship, that's because you want to be there. You are choosing that person with your free will and your consciousness. Do you understand the difference of that? Do you know that there are still people on this planet that is living under the illusion that there is some kind of soul contract that is making them stay? And listen at me. I don't want nobody to come from me. There are brothers staying in relationships that are horrible because they feel like they got a soul contract. That's straight getting dogged out. No support, no help, nothing. But they're saying, that's my soulmate. See, sometimes we get jaded and think it's happening one way. No. It's happening all across the board. Because I've talked to some of these brothers. They got good hearts. They're good men. They're good gods. But they're under the illusion they got a soul contract. And as a result, sometimes it puts them in a situation where they end up doing something they don't want to do because they're so frustrated with the situation that's happening. We got to wake up. We got to wake up. See, I think it's a reason that we've had schools of thought that have shown us a pathway to sovereignty. Now, I'm not going to tell you I agree with all of that because some of that is some straight foolery. Some of it. But they were on to something very early on. You are a sovereign being. You have free will. Free will is not just great on earth. It is great throughout all space and times and other dimensions and realities. Free will. You are a free agent. I know the NFL started back up for those of you who care. Look at all the free agents out there. Look at basketball. Look at LeBron. He's a free agent. So he decided to go to Philadelphia. He decided to negotiate his agreement. It ain't a contract. It's an agreement, right? He negotiated his agreement. Somewhere he chose to go. So many people, yes, are still talking about soul contracts. And listen, I ain't hating on people. We got many different dimensions here. Everybody gets to live wherever they are. But once I got the channel and realized it, I said, hey, I'm going to share it. Free will. Free will. You are a sovereign being. We are no longer under soul contracts. If we were still under soul contracts, nothing would have changed. Listen at me. Nothing would have changed. Nothing in the world. There would be no great awakening. There would be no system crumbling down. The system is crumbling because these beings, we no longer have soul contracts with these corporations. We don't have soul contracts with these places in the world, these systems in the world. We no longer are under contracts. Those contracts been up in 2000. Contracts came up again. Well, it came up in 1999. That was the first. Some souls were out early and they realized they didn't have contracts. We got to the 2000s. No more contracts. 2012, another jump, right? We done been through jumps. And as we're going, more and more people are waking up and realizing, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hey, Gio and Mama Gail. Good to see you in the building. We're no longer under a soul agreement. I don't have to put up with this. There ain't no contract here. You don't have to do it. Okay? This is why it's so easy for people to walk away. Some of us have close relationships with a soul family member than we do a sibling. Come on now. Y'all can see the writing on the wall. You literally don't have to go work a job. We got 9-year-olds on TikTok dancing, creating millions, and then buying farms and starting a whole agriculture system. Okay? We are no longer in the business of flipping houses. We are in the business of flipping lives. So you need to learn how to be a flipper. That's what social media is here for. And there's a gap right now that's saying for those who want to get in and then flip it. Flip it. You don't have to become a slave here. You can use this and flip it. You don't plan on staying and doing forever, ever. Maybe your goal is to build a new school system. Maybe your goal is to buy some land. Maybe your goal is to start agriculture. Maybe your goal is a health center. Maybe your goal is, to create something different, to teach whatever that goal is. Flip it. Get what you need to get and flip it. They would love nothing more for you to hate the world that you chose to come to and check out and become the observer, because now you're at the mercy of the matrix because you choose not to be present. Okay? Yeah, well, that's a big ambition. You don't need to destroy their reality because that's your reality. You are feeding the reality, and energy goes where thought goes. And that's what they want you to do. They want you to come on over there. They want you to use all that energy because energy is not good. It's not bad. As soon as you realize there's nothing wrong with Earth, you can take your power back from your mind. Because that's where the false matrix lives. And as long as they keep you locked into the matrix and you think the outside world is controlling you on your inside world, they got your ass. They got you locked in, baby. You on the other side of the fence. See, this is what 3D is about. When I talk about 3D consciousness, I'm not saying those 3D people and we're somehow better than them, because we're not. That's not what this is about. Please don't misunderstand. Because what I see happening a lot is people treating these dimensions and states of consciousness like it's some sort of spiritual caste system. See, because history loves to repeat itself down here. I don't want to do that. I'm not trying to create a spiritual caste system. You understand? Because the truth of it is you are experiencing 3D, 4D, and 5D consciousness all in the same day. Some of you are experiencing it within the same hour. You can go from 3D to 5D, back down to 4D, over here to 3D. You doing it all. So for me, 3D, and this is how you're going to know your consciousness is in 3D. When the external world becomes the authority over your internal world, baby, you in 3D. You are in 3D. You understand? And everything is going to heighten your attention. But I'm going to tell you the difference. You're going to see things like food recall. You're going to see that. You're going to see that headline, food contamination. And immediately you're going to start thinking, oh my goodness, nothing is safe. Nothing is safe. I must stop eating. What are we going to eat? Nothing. Stop it. Stop it. I want you to raise your frequency and start thinking, what food? What company are they talking about? What lot are they talking about? And wait a minute, I'm going to do you one better. What location are they talking about? And then I want you to think, do I even eat that shit? Is that even Is that even something I eat? Is that even something I buy? Right? Now, here's where the physical reality is good. You switch that. You go check your refrigerator. Okay, let me check. Let me see let me see the official information. Okay, let me see the food that was affected. Is there some sort of safety guidelines that can be done? Do I throw this shit away? Do I take it back to the store? None of that is low vibration. That's intel. That's intelligent. 5D doesn't mean eating. You're going to go ahead and eat the lettuce recall. You just going to go ahead and bless it, or you're going to tune it up and it ain't going to do nothing to you. Please don't play with your life like that. Don't do it. Right? Same thing with the weather. Oh, I ain't worried about the weather. I'm a god out here. I'm a goddess out here. It ain't gonna do nothing to me. Okay. In my Drake voice, we gonna see, right? There's a dangerous storm coming. I don't want you to get into the 3D fear and start saying we all gonna die. That's not what I want, right? But I also don't want you using some spiritual bypassing either. Okay? I'm protected. Nothing can touch me. Okay. 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 I don't want you doing that. If there's an emergency and they say evacuate, because a dangerous storm is coming, I want you to begin to start using that as information. I want you to take care of yourself. We need you. We need your vibration on the planet. You are making a difference. Every single one of you holds enough consciousness for 3,000 people that is around you. We need you to take care of your animals. We need you to take care of your family. Right? All of those things. That wouldn't be the time that you got your grandmother or your grandfather over there and you don't take their prescription medicine with them because you think you're going to raise their vibration. No, no, no. You got to wear your seatbelt. Right? You got to read the contract. You got to lock your door. We're spiritual beings having a physical experience. And the physical reality matters unless you want to check your ass out of life. It matters, right? The difference is whether I use this information or the information uses you. You have a choice. You either use the information or the information is going to use you. Somebody said they're hunting us. That's a lie. If they're hunting you, stop looking like a fucking snack. Raise your vibration, right? Move like a god. And you ain't got to worry about being hunted. We got to know that we got power. We also got to know that souls came down here for different reasons and different purposes. And there are past life things that we are working through and working in, but they want to make us think we are being hunted. And every time we say that, there is a little girl, there is a little boy that is hearing that vibration, and it is causing them to err within their own consciousness. So we got to be on the other side of that. When you open your mouth and you speak, you are creating. Energy does not judge. Know that. Energy does not judge. There's no such thing as good energy, bad energy. There is no such thing. You are the creator of that energy. You either are against it or with it, because it doesn't judge. When you say those things, you are putting that in motion. It's like taking a pebble and throwing it into the lake. You just sent something in motion. 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 Okay? We don't want to put that in motion. Ever. 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 Same thing. Same thing. You hear a weather report and they say something could happen. What fear does, it starts turning this into it will happen. And you start carrying that vibration. You start sending that vibration out there. The economy shifts and immediately, I'm going to lose everything. AI changes the industry. Fear starts to tell you, my work doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter what I do. Nothing I do matters. Nothing I do matters. What? Come on now. One relationship ends and you start saying, and fear starts telling you, you're going to be alone forever. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever, ever. No. One business fail or something don't go right, you start thinking, I'm a failure. I never get anything right. The whole world is against me. They're out to get me. Right? They're out to get me. Right? This is fear talking. I need y'all to hear me. Somebody criticize you. Everybody thinks I'm stupid, I'm dumb, I don't know nothing. What? That's fear. That's fear. An event starts to become an identity. We have got to stop letting 1, 2, 3, I don't care what it is. Stop letting an event become your identity. And if you feel that it moved you in your soul, get up off your ass and go do something about it. For real. Stop being an armchair revolutionary. You sitting at home behind your phone and you yapping. If it moved you, do something. I did something. I don't go tell somebody else what they need to do. I did it. This is how we get activated. I need you all to hear me. Because when something happens, the mind starts to write a story. But here's the trick of the mind. It's not writing the story based on what happened. It's writing a story based on the past. And now we're suffering from the story more than we're suffering from the event. We got to stop that. We got to stop that. That's the false matrix. That is the mind. And the future is fear's playground. That's where fear go to play. In your mind and in the future. I want you all to know, because fear can put anything, listen at me, fear can put anything into the future. That hasn't happened yet. Right now, many of you are not doing what you want to do because fear has put it in your future. It has already prophesied over your life. It has already just created a whole divination system of fear of the future, of something that hasn't happened. That is the false matrix. That is the mind. What if I lose everything? What if they leave? What if I get sick? What if I fail? What if nobody comes? What if nobody watches? What if nobody buys this? What if I'm wrong? And here's the most fascinating thing. The image of the event hasn't happened. You got this whole damn story up here in the false matrix. Hasn't even happened yet. But your body, even though it hasn't happened, your body is experiencing the stress right now, in real time. And I want you to know this ain't got nothing to do with metaphysics, the esoteric, or whatever you want to call it. This is pure biology. And you're not going to get around biology while you're in your body, my body. Everybody wants our body. You're not going to get around that. You're not going to get around biology. This is how we get stuck in fear. Now, I want to talk about this. And I'm going to tread a little light right here. Because there's a lot to be said in quote unquote the spiritual community about DNA activation. Now, there is a lot of esoteric teaching around DNA activation. And it's very fascinating. And that actually happens, right? But I want y'all to understand, we got to ground this-ish. Scientifically, there is a lot happening every time you have a thought. You have a DNA activation. Every time you have a feeling or an emotion, there is an activation that is happening. Your DNA is changing, is moving. Your body responds down to your subatomical particles to what you say, and it doesn't judge. You got a whole army. You got soldiers upon soldiers inside of you called your subatomical particles. And whatever you say out of your mouth, it takes as the gospel. Whatever you're thinking, it takes as the gospel. And it thinks you're talking to them, but you might be speaking to them. Do y'all understand what I'm telling you? You might be talking to them, but you said it out your mouth and it thinks you're talking to them. That's why you got to upgrade how you speak to yourself. And some of you need to upgrade how you speak to other people and about other people and thoughts that you have up in that beautiful false matrix in your mind, because you are just feeding the beast. We don't want to feed that beast. Okay? So, science is showing us something very fascinating, because some of you won't believe it unless science tells you, right? We now understand through epigenetics that our DNA isn't simply operating in isolation from your life. Somebody say, my life, my life, my life. Hopefully your life is in the sunshine. But your epigenetics is showing that your DNA, your subatomical particles, are not operating isolation away from your life. So your environmental and your experiences, this can influence how certain genes are being expressed. Stress matters, right? Your sleep matters. Your nutrition matters. Your movement matters. Your environment matters. And the words that you saying out of your mouth, oh, listen, it matters. It matters. So this is why these things are becoming so powerful right now, because there's a lot of research and a lot of studies going on about how practices, including meditation, stress reduction, related to the biology process involving stress regulation and gene expression, like all this is coming to light. We are moving into a place where everyone, I don't care who you are, I don't care where you study, what school of thought you're in, is understanding that it is all about frequency. Somebody type, it's all about frequency in the chat, if you feel me. It's all about frequency. I got my halo right here. And we will be getting into more frequency healing. Everything is going to be frequency. So I want you to know that your biology is having a conversation with your environment. But this is key. And many people don't talk about this. Not the environment you're creating. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Your biology is having right now is having a conversation with the environment that you, not me, the environment you're creating and the environment that you're experiencing. See, we have something called a auric field. We have something called light bodies inside of us because we are a living frequency being. And we have proximity to our environment. And that environment changes how we experience it. The environment that is outside of us. Now, here's where I want to bring sort of this esoteric and metaphysics back in the room. If you wake up every single morning, and tell your body, danger, watch yourself. Yeah. If every morning I wake up and tell my body, danger. If I'm watching danger, I don't care if it's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, wherever. If I think danger, if I participate in danger, if I talk about danger, if I go to sleep watching danger, and tomorrow I do it again, let's do it again, and you do it again, what internal environment am I creating? I'll wait. What internal environment am I creating? Now, let's turn this frequency around. What happens when I breathe? And I'm talking about really breathe. When I meditate, when I laugh. What happens when I move my body, right? What happens when I experience love? First, self-love, love of myself. What happens when I sit down and I start creating something? What happens when I feel a real connection? what happens when I really rest? I'm talking about going into a deep REM state. What happens when I stop turning every unknown into a catastrophic event because I don't know? What happens? See, that's a real conversation worth having. So rather than saying, just raise your vibration and activate your DNA, I want you to ask yourself something more useful. What are you repeatedly communicating to your body? What are you communicating repeatedly that's on repeat to your body? Is it life is dangerous? Is it I'm powerless? Or is it something bad is coming? I need you to really think about that. Is it I'm present? I have a choice. I can respond. I can adapt. I don't care what it is. I can adapt and overcome. I can ask for help. I am a creator. And listen, I have the ability to love myself and love others. Some people, I don't know why it is. I gotta get on a soapbox for a minute. Because I keep hearing, and I'm going to pick on my sisters for a minute. Right now, I got to focus on loving me. Girl, bye. You can love yourself and love others when you really love yourself. It gives you the capacity to love yourself and love everyone who's in your life. It's not an isolating journey. Okay? So what are you repeating and communicating to your body? I can love. I can love myself and I can love others. I can rest. This is a big one. I can begin again. You failed. You didn't fail once. You didn't fail twice. You didn't fail 3 times. You failed 60 times. Guess what? You can begin again. I want you to understand that's power. That's what power looks like. Now listen, I got to see where we are. We may have to do another part because, oh my goodness, we didn't even get to 4D. What y'all say? Are y'all here for the long haul? If y'all are here for the long haul, it's more than 400 of you in here. Let's run these likes up. Let's get those invites out. Let's ping this out. If y'all want me to keep going till we get the 5D and y'all are in, let me know. Say, Ms.Blue, I'm all in. If you are all in and you hit that like button, I want to say thank you to everybody who is subscribing. I love to see you here. I love to see the visionaries in the building because truth be told, if we got a chance out here in these streets, it's going to come from you. It's going to come from you. It's going to come from us. And those of us that is doing this work, expanding our consciousness, getting out of fear and doing what we know we are called to do. All right. Y'all all in. I see y'all all in. I see y'all all in. So listen, let's keep going. I want to talk about 4D because this interesting too. Because this is where we start allegedly waking up to what we have actually been participating in. Wait a minute. 4D is when you actually wake up. This is where you get some of that sexual actual healing because you start to wake up to what you have been participating in. 4D is when you start. 4D frequency is kind of like, wait a minute. Hold up. Stop. Wait a minute. Maybe everything I've been taught is not the whole story. That's the first part. You start to wake up and say, wait a minute. Maybe I didn't get the whole story. I felt that way. Even after I woke up, I felt like, wait a minute. This ain't the whole story. This ain't the whole story. This ain't the whole story. Right? And so the next thing that happens, maybe I need to ask some questions. So that's when I started, my hand was constantly asking questions. Maybe the next step, this is 4D now. I want you all to check yourself on this. This is when I said, wait a minute, instead of me looking at what they doing, I have got to make sure I'm looking at me. I got to start observing myself, my moves, my mood, my thoughts, my actions, my vibrations, my connections. I got to start checking myself. This is all 4D. This is how you know you're in 4D. You really stop looking outside. You start asking more questions and you start observing yourself. I need to stop reacting and I need to start investigating. Notice when you look at the word invest, and then there's the gate. Because you learn how to separate you from everything else. So you stop reacting. Because see, when you react, it's because you don't know where you start and where you end. Code word for you're not self-invested. Because when you are self-invested, you start to invest and you see the clear gate, the boundary between where you start and where you end. And you know the difference. Let's go back to the scary headline. We're going to jump back into 3D and oh my God, when you see something happen and you go to wait, what actually happened? Let me investigate beyond what TikTok is saying, what YouTube is saying, what Instagram is saying, what he is saying, what she is saying, what they are saying. And you start looking for the gods. Because God is source, right? So when you find the source, you found God, and it should wake something up within you when you get to the source. Let me investigate. Discernment, higher insight. Let me see whether this even applies to me. Some of you are carrying things that have nothing to do with you. And some of you are dismissing things that have everything to do with you. That's consciousness. Same thing as spiritually. Somebody posts, the energy is extremely heavy today. And you instantly start talking about how exhausted you are. Hold on. You're exhausted before you even read the post? That's a good question. Somebody says they're experiencing ascension symptoms. Are they? Or did they only get 2 hours of sleep? Are they? Or they ain't been eating nothing healthy? Are they? Or maybe they're constantly consuming things to twist their mind in a circle jerk, right? Did they eat? You drink your water? Are you stressed? Is there something medically happening to you that you actually need to go get some attention? I need you to take care of all of your bodies. Take care of your mind. Take care of your spirit. Take care of your physical body. Take care of your auric body, your energetic body. I need you to take care of all of you, not parts of you. There's a reason why our ancestors referred to the story of Osiris, because they didn't want your ass to walk away and think you supposed to be in pieces. Huh? They didn't want you to think that you were an incomplete being. So when they talk about Osiris being chopped up and dismembered, whether he's thrown in the lake or thrown over here and thrown over there, there is a reason that story did not end at the pieces. Y'all remember the song, Pick Up the Pieces? That's why they brought the goddess in, the feminine principle, to go along with the masculine principle, because we are half Osiris and half Osset. We are half, I can't even think about it. We are half and half. They put Osiris back together for a reason, so that you can understand you are not supposed to be left in pieces. That is the real understanding of being holistic. It is a lifestyle. Y'all know that song? It's my lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. Some of you are only interested in taking care of your mind when you can travel your ass outside into the astral realm. And your world here, your body here is falling apart. You have to be holistic. You have to be like Osiris and Osset. You have to bring the pieces back together and become whole, because then you begin to give birth to your Haru, and you rise above the horizon of the lower dimensions that exist in this reality. That's how you move up. That's a never-ending story, not a once-in-a-lifetime moment. And some of you are treating your trauma like it's a past story in a chapter book. You are supposed to close that chapter out and rise above it. You're still carrying around things from many, many chapters ago. You are not whole. You are Osiris that has been split and chopped apart by Set, because you have become stuck in your mindset. The false matrix has got you set in your ways. Do you feel me? I just want to know if we need to keep going. I want you to understand that is discernment. Spirituality should make us more discerning, not less. It's not a weakness. It's not a curse. And I don't care what they told you. It should make you more discerning, not less. But I want to tell you something. 4D is a trap house too. And some of us, I know not you here, is in the trap house of 4D. And I want you to understand this is very important that you get this. Because see, once you realize you've been programmed, it's very easy to start looking for program everywhere. I remember when I realized, wait a minute. I'm doing this because it's a program. I started seeing the damn program everywhere. I remember growing up, some of you remember when we had television, and they would have the program. And they would say, ladies and gentlemen, TV guide, look in the program, and you can see what's playing in the program. And I remember when I was in school, and I tried out for that famous high school, Fame, I'm gonna live forever. Yeah. And they said, we got programs and you got to follow the program, right? Yeah. I started looking for programs everywhere. Now everything is a conspiracy. Everything is conspiracy. Oh, a tornado happened. Oh, it's a conspiracy behind it. Oh, an earthquake. Oh, it's a conspiracy behind it. Oh, this is a conspiracy. Everything. Food's conspiracy. Everything. Sickness, conspiracy. Somebody died. Conspiracy. Every institution, it's evil. It's all evil. They all evil. They're trying to kill us all. They're trying to get us all out of here. It's all evil. Every spiritual teacher, she fake, he fake, they fake, we fake, they all fake. Spiritual teacher, fake, right? Every family member is asleep. My whole family sleep. Nobody's awake. Everybody sleep. They sleep at work. They sleep here. They sleep there. My girls sleep. My man sleep. My kids asleep. My family sleep. My mama sleep. My daddy sleep. Everybody sleep. Everybody sleep. Everybody in my neighborhood sleep. Everybody in my country sleep. Everybody sleep. I'm the only one that's wide awake. I'm wide awake. Everybody wide awake. Everybody else fake. Everybody sleep. Right? Everybody's an NPC. He an NPC. You an NPC. They an NPC. They're going NPC. This an NPC. Everybody NPC. Everybody except for you is trapped in 3D. Get the hell out of here with that. Get out of here with that. Go somewhere else with that. Take that somewhere else. Everybody else is in the trap house. And you decided to stay outside and jam. You jam into the music on the outside of the trap house. But you ain't in the trap house. What? You escaped the matrix. And then you went over there and built your ass another one. You got out of that matrix and went over here and built you another matrix. Because if your entire consciousness is only being driven by fear and very superstitious and separation, then what shifted? I'm just asking. I just got a question. What really happened? What shifted? What changed? What happened? What happened? What shifted? This is why I want you to understand. Questioning is not a destination. Let me be clear. Questioning is not a destination, people. It's only a bridge. The bridge. Y'all remember that? Early hip hop. The goal, eventually, your questions and investigation, tapping into your higher self. Your questions have to become wisdom. Wisdom. Your questions have to become wisdom. Okay? Know that every dimension got a trap house. Somebody say, I'm going to stay out the trap house. Because every dimension, 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D, 7D, 8D, 9D, 10D, 11D, 12D, and on and on and on and on, they all have a trap house because the dimensions are not out there. They are in here. And that false matrix, oh, that's where the trap house thrives. It thrives in the trap house. Okay? Now, let's go to 5D. Y'all ready to go to 5D so we can get out of here? We can get out of here. We almost done up in here. Okay? We almost done. We almost done. By the way, let's get those likes up. Okay? Let's see if we can run it up to 500. Let's see. Can we do it? Can we be a magic maker up in the building? Let me see if y'all can work y'all magic. Because I know some of y'all over here getting this good, juicy stuff. And you ain't even subscribed. You're not even subscribed. You could give a girl a like. Can you give a girl, I like the way you move with me? I don't know if we can even sing them songs anymore. But y'all know what I'm saying. You could give a girl a like. You could give a like. Look at y'all running them likes up. Look at you and look at you. Mm-hmm. So now we're going to move to 5D while we try to get the 500. That would make my day. Woo! All right, 5D. Listen. I'm going to tell you what 5D means to me. And by all means, take what resonates. Leave the rest. Okay? Leave the rest. Until the world catches up, we got to say all of this is allegedly, right? For entertainment purposes only. But if you really understand the science behind entertainment, see if y'all can feel me here. Entertainment. That means you are embodying what you're getting. It don't mean what Hollywood told you. But we didn't know what it meant. So we took it to be real. That's why entertainment is the realest ish on the planet. Because you don't realize when you enter a containment, you are embodying everything about it. So this is about entertainment, okay? If you know, you know. So here we go. 5D doesn't, I got to say this, 5D doesn't mean you will never, ever experience anything difficult. Okay? It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean I will never get angry because I'm in 5D. That doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean nobody dies. It doesn't mean relationships won't end. It doesn't mean your business never fails. It doesn't mean you never get frightened. Okay? It doesn't mean I walk around with a smiling face all the time while everything is burning down. It doesn't mean that. Listen at me closely. That's not higher consciousness. That's not that. That's called denial. Okay? Denial. And not the Nile River. Denial. Okay? Denial. Right? So, for me, Ms.Blue, the Soulful Oracle, 5D means fear, the false matrix, may speak, but fear doesn't have the final vote. It's there, but it ain't running the show. It don't move nothing. So it might be fear there. I may have fear. Hell, I got fear right now. A little bit. It don't have the final vote. Something happens. I acknowledge it. I feel it, I get the information, and I take whatever physical action is needed. I do. And then I ask myself, what am I going to choose from here? Okay, that happened. That went down. It went down how it went down. Okay, I'm going to acknowledge, okay, what's really going on. I'm going to feel it. Because I don't know why y'all are thinking y'all ain't supposed to be mad. Y'all ain't supposed to never get sad. Y'all not supposed to be upset. You're supposed to feel all of that. It's just when it comes to the frequency of those lower vibrations, you just can't live there. Because if you live in those low frequencies too long, it becomes self-destruction. You're headed for self-destruction. That's what will happen. Yeah, I got a whole playlist going in the back of my mind. Forgive me. So, after I take whatever physical action I need to do, I begin to ask myself, what do I choose from here? That's the difference. See, 3D, you start to say, why is this happening to me? Why is it always me? Why are they doing this to me? It's them. It's mama. It's daddy. It's my girl. It's my man. It's my children. It's America. It's the president. It's the government. It's this. It's the alien. It's those people. It's them people. It's that neighbor. It's that job. That's 3D. That's 3D, okay? 4D, what is this showing me? What is this showing me? It's showing me something. What is it showing me? That's why everybody talking about life is a mirror. That relationship, that was your mirror. That shit that happened, that was your mirror. That's 4D, right? Here's the difference. 5D is, yeah, they don't call me the Soulful Oracle for nothing. Yeah, I'm musically inclined, of course. But 5D, this is when you begin to wake up in your consciousness. And you say, what am I going to create from here? What am I going to create from here? Okay, that happened. Okay, I did that. Okay. I accept what happened. I see where I am in this. But what am I going to create from here? See, that's what happens when we get into 5D. You become the creator. That's why content creators, they number one occupation on the planet. Creators. Notice that second word, creator. And a couple of years ago, y'all were scared to call yourselves gods. You were scared to say you were a creator and that you were co-creating. You were scared of that word. But see, life has a way of putting truth right in front of our face. And all of a sudden, like magic, people started coming out saying, I'm a content creator. Nobody flinched. Nobody moved. Nobody said a damn word. They let 10 years old, 5 years old, 80-year-olds hop around on TikTok doing their little dance and called themselves a creator while you sat at home scared to go outside because you thought they was coming to get you. Wake your ass up. Wake up. You are a creator. So 5D, you start, let me calm down. I'm just a little passionate tonight, y'all. Sorry. 5D is what am I going to create from here? See, now we're moving. We're going somewhere. Now we're going somewhere. We moving. This is why I say, when you're in 3D, you obey your fear. Your fear is your master. That's how you know you're in 3D. When you're in 3D and everything is against you, baby, you in 3D. That's it. 4D, you are observing your fear. You're a little standoffish. Fear is over there and you over here. You're a little standoff. You scared. You in a corner. You looking at your life from the corner. And they taught you that. They taught you, no, no, no. No, Miss Blue. What you got to do is you got to be an observer in your life. I said, what? They said, yeah, you got to sit back, cross your legs, girl. And whatever's happening, you look at yourself like it ain't you, but it is you. You feel me? You see it happening, but you don't have no connection to it. You just watching it go down. I said, really? And I did that. I sat back. I watched my fears, and I kept saying, so what next? Cause this ain't it. No, you just gotta just let it happen. Cause what's gonna be is gonna be. You feel me? I said, no, I actually ain't feeling you. So I'm not supposed to do nothing. No, you see, you separating so you can get out of the lower aspects of you and you're not reacting. I know I ain't doing shit. I'm just observing life and everybody else is having fun. No, you don't want that fun. You want to ascend. You want to ascend to your Christ consciousness so you could get out of this place. Say what? So I ain't supposed to say word. I had to ask some more questions. I had to keep going with questions and questions and questions. My guides, my teachers, I started pulling my pieces together, not their pieces, my pieces. See, everybody is Osiris and everyone is Aset. And I started putting my pieces together and I said, I'm ready to move beyond my fear. See, that's when you get to 5D, when you're ready to move beyond your fear. That doesn't mean I don't never fear. I get fearful every time it goes lights, camera, action. It's a little bit of fear. It's some fear in there, but I have chosen to move my choice, right? My power, my free will to move beyond my fear. Even though I feel a little bit of fear. I'm speaking to somebody right now. Somebody right now got something amazing to offer the world and themselves, but they are letting fear keep them back. So hopefully that helps you. It doesn't mean fear no longer. It doesn't mean that you will no longer have fear because you're in 5D. It means fear no longer runs your house. Whose house? Not fear. Okay? Fear can knock on your door and you can simply go to that door and you could say, you know what? I see you. I see you, fear. I see you. And I also understand why you're here. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for protecting me. But guess what? You not making no more decisions around here. You don't run nothing over here. So thank you. I know you trying to keep me safe, but it ain't safe. It ain't safe, right? Because unless you got a physical fear that's right in front of you, that's why they say fear is false evidence appearing real. That doesn't mean somebody's standing in front of you and they got you and you stand up there and say fear isn't real. No. No. I'm talking about, you know what kind of fear I'm talking about. Talking about that false fear. So you thank fear because it's literally trying to protect you. And quite as it's kept, you kind of programmed it to do that. right? But you also know that you're not making this decision. Fear doesn't get to make decisions. You are a sovereign being. And when you get into that state of consciousness, that 5D state of consciousness, that's called expansion. So y'all want to know where we were going with that? That's how you know you expanded, because you're able to feel the fear and move beyond it. Okay? But keep this in the back of your mind. You can move through all 3 dimensions before lunchtime. You could wake up, you can meditate, you could feel great. You got your water, it's charged up. You are loving humanity, you blessing everybody. Peace and blessing. Peace and blessings, my brother. Peace and blessings, my sister. Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and blessings to you. Grand rising. Grand rising to you. Peace and blessing. Peace to the gods. Peace to the goddesses. You could do that for everybody. You're in 5D. It's 8 a.m. And then all of a sudden you get in your car, you're driving, it's 8:42 and somebody cut you off and you say, hell no. Instantly you are mad. You back in 3D. Just like that. Now you talking through them through the windshield. And then something inside of you just says, wait a minute. Why are you letting somebody you don't even know just control your whole entire morning? You just went around telling everybody peace and blessings, peace and love, peace and grand rising, peace and blessings, peace to the gods. You done did all of that. You done meditated. You done drunk your high vibrational water. Somebody done cut you off and you done went left, right? You talking out the side of your neck through the windshield. They are in full control of everything you got going on. And then there's 4D. You observe. You just sitting around observing everything. And then, you know what? You finally say to yourself, you know what? I'm just going to let this go. I'm just going to let it go because I'm tired of watching it. I'm tired of seeing this and I'm going to let it go. You know, that's what happened. See, they didn't want to tell you. See, there's a trap house that exists on all of these dimensions. You understand? A trap house. And on 4D, usually that's when we wear ourselves out. We done observe shit so much till we get tired of being tired of being tired. And then we finally, after we done exhausted ourselves mentally, physically, spiritually, we finally say we just gonna let it go. I'm going to let that shit go you did to me 50 years ago. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it go what my daddy did to me. I'm going to let that go. I promise you. I know I'm 97, but I'm finally going to let it go. I'm just going to let it go. That's 4D. Now, the good news is you can get the 5D. See, 5D is when you choose again. It's almost like you feel like you're in a fresh start, right? You choose again. Now, I don't want you to become obsessed. You hear them people, I don't know, my sister. I don't know what you got going on, but I'm in 5D. I just stay in the 5th dimension, baby. I don't know what you got going on over there. I'm in 5D. No. That's not what I'm telling you, right? Here. I want you to focus on you, because in 5D, I want you to begin to start tapping in to better questions of yourself, because this is when you begin to gather everything from 4D, from your investigating to this, to the wisdom. What am I choosing more consciously? What am I choosing? Okay, I don't want to get with this. And you know, as the songs say, if you don't get with this, then you're going to get with that. So you have to choose more consciously. What are you getting with? because that's the real expansion. Now, I want to talk about the higher self because this is when the higher self comes in. Shouts out to everybody because more than 400 of you have purchased the higher self. And if you want to know something to get with, this is something to get with. Get with the higher self. Matter of fact, type higher self in the room if you done got with the higher self. And if you're interested, click the link in my stand store. Details will come to follow. Now, let's talk about the higher self. All right. Your higher self isn't screaming. I always get amazed at humans when they tell me their higher self was screaming at them. Your higher self don't need to scream at you. Fear screams. Fear. Fear screams, okay? Program repeats. So when you say, why does the same thing keep happening to me over and over and over again? Why every 6 years I lose my job? Why every 9 years my relationship ends? Why every home I get every 2 years I lose it? Programs repeats, fear screams, and baby, that mind, the false matrix, it argues. It argues with you. So you back and forth, back and forth. You doing this in the mind. But listen. Higher knowing is quiet on the creek. I couldn't resist. No, it's not quiet on the creek, but it is quiet. Your higher self is quiet. It's simple. It's so simple. We often miss it. Hence the reason why in September I will be teaching a 6-week class called The Hit Code. Because that's the higher self. The higher self gives you a hit. And it will take you higher than anything physical can ever take you, than any sexual energy can ever take you. Quietly. It's simple, right? Your higher self will say, go. Yeah, just like that. Go. Your higher self will say, create it. Because that's what I heard about the intro song I played. Create it. Your higher self is going to tell you, call them. Just like that. Leave. Rest. Wait. Speak. Speak to me. It's going to say speak. It's going to tell you, hold on. Don't go. It's going to tell you, do it again. Do it again. Do it again. And then the mind is going to arrive with its whole committee and going to try to have a meeting. And it's going to start making you question, but how? But what if? And who's supposed to support us? And where are we supposed to get the money from? And what if this turns out to be embarrassing? And what if nobody understands? Huh? And that's why I say, no, when thinking has completed the assignment. You got to know when you are at the end of thinking. Use the mind just to gather information. Do your due diligence. Ask questions with your mind. Begin to question yourself. And then recognize the moment when gathering information has become you hiding from the situation. So you ain't making no moves because you still hiding from even making a decision. Right? And I want you to know only you, because this is something only you can do. Only you can become intimate enough with yourself so that you can recognize when you got that hit, when your higher self is speaking to you. Only you can recognize that. But you have to become very, very, very intimate with you. You have to become a inmate with yourself. Some of y'all looking for a soul mate. You need to become a intimate mate with yourself. You have to become intimate enough with yourself so you can recognize when your higher self is speaking with you. This is why I teach self-love. This is why I teach higher self. This is why I teach expansion. Know your magic. You have got to know your magic. Yeah. 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 Ooh. Ooh. All right. I'm listening to my higher self. My work is done. My work is done here for us. I hope you all receive something that can assist you on your journey, assist you in the work that you're doing, assist your family, be a reminder to yourself about who you are, your power, right? Your endless possibilities, all of that, all of that. If your mind gets in the way, you're not intimate enough with yourself. See, self-love, there's no days off because self-love is really the new shadow work. That's the new shadow work. Self-love. Yeah. Clock it. Thank you, Jasmine. Jasmine said, clock it. That's right. Clock it. You can clock that. You can clock all of that. So listen. I can say a lot. I had a couple more things to do. We were going to do a Q&A, but I'm not. I want to leave us with this soul question, okay? And that is, who are you choosing to be right now? Who are you choosing to be right now? I want you to remember in 3D, fear decides. 4D is where you become aware, okay? And 5D, you choose. You. The question I want to leave us all with, who are you choosing to be right now? And make sure you follow the spark of your soul. Move beyond fear into freedom. Because remember, true freedom is a free dome. The false matrix. Get out of that. Get out the trap house. Get out and don't go create another trap house. Get out. We're on a journey of expansion. You got to know your magic. You have to stop allowing fear to rule your ass. All right? You are a sovereign being, right? People want you to give your power, your vote away because then they can manipulate it. They can use it against you. You are more powerful than you know. The world is created by those who choose to create within it, not those who decide to check out. So move beyond fear into freedom. Know your magic. Let self-love become the catalyst for your expansion. All right? So, That is going to do it for your girl. I want you guys to make sure you like, subscribe, pass this show on to a friend. Let's save it. So as we continue to move through these portals, because we got quite a few portals we're moving through, because we are moving into, we are in the eclipse season, right? We in there, and we're about to go through a lunar eclipse. All of these things that are happening. But I want you to understand this is not something that's up in the sky that's happening. This is something happening from within. It's happening on the inside. We're causing the eclipse. We're a part of it. We are a part of it. We are a part of the weather. It's a lot of releasal that is happening. All of that is happening on the planet. If you're new to me or you're ready to dive into this work deeper and you want to connect with your higher self, I want you to check out the higher self. More than 400 of you have purchased this. I don't know why we ain't got everybody purchasing it, but I know it can be useful. Remember, 3D, 4D, 5D, we're not creating a spiritual caste system. We are living in all of these dimensions. We just need to make sure we know how to navigate when we're in all of these states of consciousness, and we can bring them all together. All right? So check that out. Also, a lot of fire on the planet. We're in a fire year. You can work with fire. Just go check out my Stand Store link. Look around, see something that really speaks to you, and you can do that. I want to say thank you for those of you who are purchasing right now. Also, the Hit Code class is coming up if you want to learn more about activating your multisensory abilities and all of those good things. I want you to do that. Now, because the people in the back want to know, and I must say this, and I got one more thing I want to let you all know. For more than 20 years, I've been helping people move beyond their fear, to remember who they are, to use their intuition, their higher self, their personal power to create a more conscious life, a joyful life, a magnificent life. I am Ms.Blue, the Soulful Oracle. I'm a visionary psychic medium. First love, baby, is all things frequency. That is my ish. Reading the Akashic records, reading the energy of the most powerful spiritual beings to ever hit planet Earth. That's what I do, right? A metaphysician, a certified Reiki master, certified holistic practitioner. Don't play with her, right? A spiritual teacher. And around here, I don't teach you to give your power away. So I'm sorry to those people who came in here and I don't know what you thought you was going to get, but I don't teach people to give their power away because I know how powerful you are. I teach expansion. And above all things, when you hear me say these words, I teach you to know you are magic. All right. So I want us to listen to this song that I crafted for the collective here. It's called Expansion. We're going to ride out to this. And then thank you guys for the likes. We have more than 500 likes. Yikes. I love it. I love it. Y'all are so powerful. I love y'all. Y'all are so powerful. I want y'all to share the show. I want everybody in the comments section. And I want us to think about what are we going to use as our icon to say that you're here till the end. What icon? Drop it in the blue room for me. What icon are we going to use? In the meanwhile, I'm going to play this song. I want you to let me know your thoughts. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know your thoughts. Thank you, my love. Thank you. I'm glad you're celebrating me. And I see you over there. Oh, I like that, King. King said we should use the prayer hands and the feathers. Well, I want you guys to keep putting that there. Also, sign up for the newsletter that is soon to come. You can do that in the Stand store. You'll get a little gift from me as well, so you'll know when things are happening around here, and we'll be able to tap into it. Thank you, my love. I love you guys. Hey, Rainwater, I didn't see you. Love you too, Rainwater. Good to see you over here as well. Good to see you here. Here we go. Here we go. We're going to play the song. I'm going to try to contain myself. I don't know if I can do it. That's why I wasn't on camera earlier. I don't know if I can do it, but I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best. Okay? Here we go. Y'all let me know your honest thoughts. Okay? Here we go. Expansion. It was made today, Friday, the 14th, 2026. Yeah, for this moment. Yeah.
There comes a moment when who you've been can no longer hold who you've become. You don't need another sign. You don't need another permission. You don't need to know every step. You only need enough courage to honor what you already know. Yeah. Hey. Something in me shifted before the world could see. I stopped asking for permission to become what's calling me. All the walls I thought surrounding me were stories in my mind that every time I chose beyond the fear, I left another one behind. I don't need the road to promise me exactly where it ends. I have walked with my higher self long enough to trust again. What is called doesn't need explaining. What is mine can recognize me. I stopped asking life to prove itself and change my frequency. I can feel it, I can feel it. Something opening inside. I can feel it. No more places left to hide. I don't need to chase tomorrow. I am present, I am free. The life that I am calling in is responding back to me. I remember who I am, higher from the inside. I'm becoming all I can. No more fear between me and the life I came to live. Everything is opening when I open up within. Expansion, I remember me. Expansion, I remember me. Expansion, I remember me. It's all about frequency. Higher within me, power within me, knowing within me. It's all about frequency. It's all about frequency. I can stand inside the mystery without needing to control. I don't have to know tomorrow when today I know my soul. I can bless a door that's closing without begging it to stay. Some endings aren't rejection, they're expansion making way. I don't chase what has released me. I don't shrink to make it fit. If I've outgrown the old vibration, I can lovingly honor it. I can love who I have been without becoming her again. There's another world available every time I choose within. I can feel it. Something opening inside. I can feel it. Like I've come back home tonight. I don't need the world to tell me who I'm finally free to be. I changed what I was available for and changed my frequency. I remember who I am, higher from the inside. I'm becoming all I can. No more fear between me and the life I came to live. Everything is opening when I open up within. I remember me. Expansion, I remember me. Expansion, I remember me. It's all about frequency. I used to think higher meant somewhere else. Another dimension, another place, another version of me. But higher was never somewhere I had to go. Higher was deeper, deeper into truth, deeper into love, deeper into knowing, deeper into me. I didn't have to escape the world. I had to stop letting fear create mine. Fear can speak, but fear cannot choose. The mind can question, but the mind does not rule. I can feel it without becoming it. I can see it without believing it. I can hear the fear and still choose me. When fear was leading, I gave my power away. When I started waking up, I could see another way. And now I choose. Say it again. I choose. Again. I choose. Again. I choose. I remember who I am. Higher, higher from the inside. Becoming all I can. No more fear between me and the life I came to live. Everything is opening when I open up within. I am standing in my power. I am present in this hour. What is mine can recognize me. I don't have to chase a thing. I became the frequency of everything I came to be. I came to be. I came. It's all about frequency. I came to be. I remember me. It's all about frequency. It's all about frequency. It's all about frequency. Remember me. I remember me. I don't chase it, I become it. I don't wait for it, I align with it. I don't ask permission, I choose it. And every time I choose beyond fear, I expand.
All right. Ooh. Listen. Listen. Yeah. Somebody said, where can I purchase that? Well, it's not available for purchase yet. I am going to put all of the songs that I'm creating because I wrote it. Obviously, it's not me singing, even though I think I can sing and I hummed the tune and the beat and recorded all of that, but that's not me singing it. But I did write the words. Yeah. So I was truly moved by the message that came in earlier this week. And I had wrote the lyrics for the song, but I hadn't completed it. So I wanted to finish it, you know? So yeah. So thank you. I'm glad you all are loving it. I need to take all of my songs that I have written and put them up and share with you guys. So I'm working on doing that. I am so thankful, so grateful for you guys. And yeah. You look forward to the, yes, you look forward to it. Yes, you look forward to purchasing it one day. Yeah. I know somebody wanted me to play the Dream Makers, but y'all know I show out when I play Dream Makers. But if y'all really want to hear it and the Dream Makers are in the building, we'll play that. But then we got to get out of here. And y'all promised me. Okay, so what is the emoji that we're going to use? Did we ever get that? You're so welcome. What is the emoji? Hey, T-Shaka. Hey, Griffin. What is the emoji? Did we come up with an emoji we're going to use? What is it that we're still here? Let's do this. How about you write one sentence and next to the sentence, you put the fire emoji and the third eye. Okay? That's how I know you stayed till the end. Okay? So we're going to hear Dream Makers. I'm going to do my best not to sing on my way out. So, and if you haven't hit like, I want you all to hit like, and the Dream Makers say it's okay. You know, I got to ask them, the Dream Makers in the building. So we're going to play the Dream Maker, and then we're going to get out of here for real. So here we go. I'm going to do my best not to act up over here. Whew. Okay.
I had a vision in the quiet of my mind. Late nights, big dreams, perfect time and divine. They said be patient, I said watch me move. Every step I take is something I choose. I was praying for a sign, then I became one. Turning pressure into diamonds, yeah. I make them shine, I don't chase, I align. Now the stars falling in line. I was dreaming with my eyes wide open, heart steady, soul fully spoken. What I see is already real. I can feel it, yeah, I feel it. I'm a dream maker. I turn vision into form. What I touch, I transform. I don't wait, I create. I'm a way maker. From the spark to the flame, I'm remembering my name. This is purpose, this is power. Dreams to reality now. I walk through fire in designer faith. Kept my crown on straight, never lost my grace. Every setback set me up just right. Every lesson taught me how to rise. I don't need permission, I don't need applause. I got rhythm in my spirit, I move with the laws. What's for me comes easy, comes clean. I don't force a thing, I was dreaming, now I'm standing in it. Every move intentional, I'm commending it. What I see is already real. I can feel it, yeah, I feel it. I'm a dream maker. I turn vision into form. What I touch, I transform. I don't wait, I create. I'm a way maker. From the spark to the flame, I'm remembering my name. This is purpose, this is power. Dreams to reality now, yeah. This ain't luck, this alignment. This ain't hope, this embodiment. I don't follow energy, I generate it. I don't chase the future, I activate it. Slow breath, steady hand. I'm exactly where I am. Every dream knows mine, and it answers when I stand. I'm a dream maker. Watch me build it from the soul. Every vision made whole. This is mine, this is faith. I'm a dream maker. Every step is divine. This is purpose, this is power. Dreams to reality From vision to form, from dreamer to creator. From vision to form, from dreamer to creator.
All right. I told y'all, I just can't help but cut up. I listen to that song every single morning, and I truly, truly feel in my heart, if you are listening to this, then you're a dream maker. You turn visions into form. You create your dream maker. I love you all so much. Let's keep the keep the conversation going in the comments section. Pass the show on to a friend. If you're not subscribed, I would love for you to become a part of the family and subscribe. Shouts out to more than 300 of you that have subscribed. It is good to have you here amongst the dream makers, amongst the visionaries, as we continue this journey of expansion. So until next time, I will meet you all right back here in the frequency. Peace and love. Ciao.